Um, I think the fact that it stretches across such that diverse area, there's a lot of other cities that are famous for different bits and pieces, but not as broad a range of stuff from really one end of the scale to the other, from that kind of manufacturing side of things and the Manor GP team, which were just about to go into Formula One, through to the Petronas Towers being covered in Sheffield steel, Centre Court being engineered new roof, through to the comedy festival, through to the arts and all the different historical things to do with that, and sort of everything in between. It's such a broad range, whereas other cities just have little bits and elements of that they can tell a story about, and within those elements just certain specific people, whereas we've got lots of different people in across all that board.
Well, people have said that people have their own mind in Sheffield, and people just get on with it in Sheffield. And I think that's very good. And we're not so big that we'll lose that connection. People talk about Sheffield as being, like a big village. And that's true certainly within the business community. One of the other areas that was spoken about was making sure that if we're going to take this seriously about working together towards the City of Culture bit, that what we also do is to make sure that becomes the fabric of what the culture for Sheffield is going to be going forward. And that with that, what we have to do is include all the different regions that touch Sheffield, not just in the city centre.
Well, I think Sheffield is both a very diverse city. Apparently there's 128 different languages spoken in Sheffield. There's all sorts of opportunities there. In terms of all sorts of interesting venues, my museum's really unusual sort of venues. There's lots of spaces there that can be used for cultural activity and have been. Who would think an industrial museum would house folk music, opera, modern dance, modern music, all in these sort of festivals that have taken place over the years and can do again. But there's also, we've had sculpture and art down there of different sorts, and this is an opportunity to again revisit all of those, as well as the places where you think art goes on, which is places like this, the Millennium Galleries. There's loads of art galleries, there's loads of art spaces, there's all sorts of festivals going on. As I said earlier on, sitting in meetings now, learning about all that goes on, which I wasn't aware of, and I'm sure half of Sheffield aren't aware of all the things that go on in all the communities.